dozens in the dusk, throw it all away. You see a light wherever you go. You have to face it again and again.
Yeah, I just tried this. And I went through the entire video and it wasn't even recording. How sad is that? I'm trying to record this after the Minecraft video or whatever. This is a it's challenge run, you know, kind of. It's kind of a run, kind of not. If you guys were to try a challenge run, you know, this is, I'm talking about over that crap, you know. The general idea, what you would, yeah. There are 5 big bosses you need to defeat in this game. And we're, you know, Kraid, Phantoon, Dragon, Ridley. Ridley probably being the hardest or whatever. He can still be cheesed probably with the murder beam, but that's pretty hard to do, to be honest, or whatever. Probably for a lot of people. Probably for a lot of people, that's you know, it takes me multiple save states to do. So, mini bosses you don't really have to do, but this one, like this one here, or the Golden Teresa or whatever, you kind of have to do this one if you want to get the bombs. But he's really not. He's like the first big fight you encounter. He's really not that big of a deal at all. I sped up certain sections up like this because I'm just collecting items and stuff. I wanted the video around 40 minutes, you know, so, yeah. At least. You can kind of tell what I'm doing here. The items I'm getting for what I'm trying to do here. This challenge run involves me like trying to hit into lower you know, beat all the big bosses, or it's mainly for Ridley or whatever, getting into low in warfare and stuff and fighting him. It's challenging. What I'm doing here is challenging, at least for me or whatever. And it would, if it's challenging for me, you know, it's obviously going to be challenging for a new player. So, for the best speedrunners, though, you know, like top 10, maybe not, but I'm like in the an hour 10, hour and 20. That's typically how good people do in terms of in-game time. That's where I am on average for Super Metroid, but obviously you're probably going to want to skip the spore spawn and stuff and do that. You don't have to, though, but you can't do a mock ball that well, and I really don't know how you'd be able to do a lot of the other stuff that you're gonna want to do in order to do this, you know. Unless you've really practiced, like, doing and stuff of Super Metroid, but this I'm talking about, though, is like going down to Lower Norfair, which is the power suit, you know, and people have done that, but nah. But since I'm not that good, I'm coming up here to get the plasma, the gravity suit. I'm not that good, but I'm good, but I'm not that good, you know. I can do most of Upper Norfair without the various suit, but just trying to get into Lower Norfair, you know. I mean, you have to go through lava, you know. I mean, which would probably involve you to do like a I forget what the move is called, and if you press every button, you can. I think you have to have it equipped on power bombs. If you press every button at once or whatever, you can do a. It's called a Crystal Flash. I may not have mentioned that in the. I don't remember if I've ever been able to do that. You have to press every button at once at the same time, I'm pretty sure, but and it refills your health full. But now, I might be able to get in there with the various suit, but having the gravity suit for trying to get into the Lower Norfair, it makes things a little easier because you don't get hit, because having the gravity suit, you don't get damaged by the lava or whatever. There are two types of lava, but that's the weaker one. And that's the one that's in that area. But I've been calling it acid, but I don't know any. Because everybody else I've heard, watched, has called it acid. You know, I think it's. That's actually what that stuff is. I don't know. I'm not sure. I haven't looked into it if developers actually have names for that stuff, but just call it beer lava. Yeah, no. But yeah, if you're really that good or whatever, just head down into Lower Norfair, you know, and do that. And beat Ridley or whatever. Without the gravity suit or anything. But, I mean, I have save states. I mean, it might be possible with save states for me, but nah. I didn't want to be too abusive with that stuff, though. Yeah, you have to be able to jump over this in some way. Um, so one way you can do this is to do like diagonal bomb jumps over there. I didn't really do this, and I've done this without save states before. It took me like a couple of hours. This is a really annoying trick, and um, in the past few months I've took the time to learn it, but with save states or whatever, it's much quicker, obviously. So I used that, and I did try it. Like I tried to make multiple recordings. A couple of times I died. I'm using save states obviously for this, so nah. I wasn't using it before, so it's like nah. And I went down here and fought Phantoon before. But I wasn't sure if I wanted to upload those videos, so I didn't, because I kind of already talked about it in a different video. I didn't really show it off, but and there's not much more that I would. It's not exactly I guess I don't know. But showing it off here, you know, that's fine, you know. The reason why I care about this at all about this challenge is because you know typically if you're a ROM hack or like if you play ROM hacks or of Super Metroid or randomizers, you know, it's on an emulator. Typically, you're either gonna have a keyboard or a controller. Yeah. The original game of Super Metroid, it was originally on the SNES. Now there are emulators and stuff, and I'm pretty sure you can play it on certain consoles and stuff. Like you could do that on the Wii at one point, buying it off the Wii shop, but that's not up anymore. I actually did at one point, but I can't anymore, so nah. I've seen it went down. I would probably just need to be able to use a controller with this if I want to do like a run like that for this. I don't know. I'm not sure if that's a bad thing to be using a key, so I don't know. With just the speed run of the normal game, you know, not randomizers. It's prepare for certain hacks that are more difficult, I guess, or playing certain randomizers or whatever, like Super Metroid Impossible, or certain randomizers with this game, you know. You know, but I did die once to Phantoon. I've played against him without the power suit a couple of times. Just trying. And I failed, but I made it through this or whatever. I used a save state. I didn't need to reload it, so it's not something that's gonna happen to me all the time. Plus, I have like a couple more energy things, you know, to be honest, but than I did before, but not that much. I did survive with a decent amount of health. I did get hit once for me to have less than an energy tank, but If you're about as good as me, you're probably going to be pretty low on health. So, be careful going through there. And if you don't have the high jump, you're not going to be able to go over there and get the energy tank that's over there. Without the gravity suit, so you kind of have to come over here and get the gravity suit first if you want that energy tank. I probably only do this once in this entire thing, just grind for energy and stuff, but yeah, these spikes, you know, without the power, without any suit upgrades, they hurt. It looks like it was about 60, maybe. I'm not sure. 60 damage with the power suit, so 100 is an energy tank, so I only have 4 in one reserve. But obviously, you're gonna need a few energy tanks for this area, but also went over there and got that missile tank, I guess. Didn't have to, though. I didn't finish this with full items, with 100% items. Because I just got what I needed and just finished it, you know. It's kind of a challenge run, supposedly, anyways, you know. So it's another reason why I did it. Finish the game like that, but. I didn't go over there and get the various suit. And I come over here because I did see something that I was pretty sure that the gravity suit had the effects of the various suit anyways. So, if you're playing a ROM hack or playing like some randomizer that doesn't have and you're taking damage when you have the gravity suit, you're probably playing a ROM hack, but I'm pretty sure the one I'm using here isn't a ROM hack, so. And I'm pretty sure I remember that being the case in every other. You know, and every other time that I've played on this. But, you don't have to. Well, since I don't have the plasma beam, I'm getting the wave beam here. I decided to finish the game without the plasma beam just to try it out, but without the plasma beam, with all the other beams, your beam is pretty much the equivalent of a missile, I think, or just a tad bit more powerful. I think it's a little less, just a little less without than regular missiles. With the plasma beam and the ice beam and the wave beam combined together, it's because you can't have the spacer beam together with the plasma beam, because the way they made that in this game. But you can in Samus Returns, I don't know. I mean, technically you can, but that's a glitch. But in this game, and if you don't do it right, the game will crash. But that's a lot of people call that the murder beam. But if you get it off, you know, I mean, it's probably about as broken as the hyper beam. But I don't know. Maybe stronger. Close to the hyper beam, I'm not sure. The plasma beam with the ice and wave beam is the equivalent of altogether they're the equivalent just a little, they're a little stronger than a super missile. Those ninja pirates, they take they take 2 shots with a plasma, ice, and wave combo. With, you know, obviously I'm talking about with a charge shot. You know, a charge shot of those beams combined together. Without the ice beam, it's about as powerful as a super, or a little less. I think I remember it doing about the same amount with supers on those guys, which is 3, but what makes it possible to get into Ridley's hideout without the space jump? There might be another way to do it, but, you know, bomb jumping is kind of annoying whenever you have an enemy constantly spewing out fireballs. It seems possible, but obviously if there's some delay between the... It might be. Unless the bombs are going at the same speed as it. Maybe, I'm not sure. Yeah, turning off the power suit will make you... I mean, turning off the gravity suit will cause your movement to be more fluid-like, because you're in lava, I guess, in this game is like a liquid, in a way. Liquidy. And you move around. It increases the distance you move whenever you're wall jumping or something. So, in this case, but you're a lot slower and you're a lot more slow, obviously. You're making it more difficult. I mean, so you'd be able to wall jump off that wall. You have to have some timing, though. It has to be in a specific place where you wall jump. I did learn this trick. I made another video on this too, but probably gonna want to bomb jump out of this. The screw attack. I wasn't sure if I wanted to get this though, you know, so I just decided to, though. I can turn stuff off. And if you're coming up down here without the screw attack or the space jump, I mean, you're probably gonna wanna shine spark across there. There's the beer lava rising up in that room, and I was constantly saving and loading states in that one room because I was trying to, well, in that room with the beer lava rising up, a different room from, here. In the next room of this room. Here I was, also did the same thing in this room, but I was thinking that, you know, I could have just used power bombs. You know, I don't know what I was thinking there. In the second room, I was, I didn't know that there was that path there, or I may have forgotten at some point. I've always, you know, space jumped up there so many times, you know, but... With the ice beam on, you're for certain special enemies or mini bosses and bosses, you're gonna want to use it for you're gonna want to have it turned off. Normal enemies, but for big bosses and stuff, you're gonna want to have it on. Mini bosses, certain special enemies. Had to cut and let my people in, yeah, no. I've done that trick before to get into Ridley's hideout. Like, maybe, I'm pretty sure it was just one time. Unless there's something I'm not remembering from back then, but... I never fought Ridley like this, though. Honestly, I thought I would have a more difficult time. So I turned off the screw attack afterwards. Fought him like that because I wasn't feeling it, you know. Also made some popcorn, but I haven't really eaten that much all day, so. Obviously, if you don't have space jump, you won't be able to go up as high as you would normally. You don't have an infinite jump, you know. Actually got me down to my reserves here. He can, though, take longer. I fought him with the screw attack because of I had to come back here because of a save state that because I didn't save state in between the time that I left that save state there. Sometimes it'll take a little longer to kill. It's just the way the fight's designed. I went in with the screw attack. Tried probably my hardest then. And I did about as well as I did just then, you know, so. You know, there was like a 3 or 4 energy tank difference, so I was like, no. Actually do if you decide to leave, but without getting my full health back. It was against the final boss, you know, because I don't think I've faced him without the plasma beam before. I mean, that is a great help against the final boss, but actually have unlimited shots of things that are more powerful than supers. Didn't want to take any chances back there because probably any hit from those guys probably would have killed me because of how low on health I am. Also went down there to get the gravity suit because I still need to beat Dragon. Well, the grapple beam. Because I can't short charge. At least not very well. I didn't feel like trying. I had to do this fight multiple times too. And whenever I was trying to get back to Mother Brain, I mean, I forgot that I had to fight Kraid. I also wasn't trying my hardest against Mother Brain. Considering that I normally come in with full items, you know. Regularly, you know, I mean, yeah. I have fought her with only 4 energy tanks, though, before. And a reserve, I think, but I would have the plasma beam though, I think. Obviously I have a few more energy tanks than that right now, so and one more reserve. This music whenever it's sped up, I mean. I think I might have been miscalculating also on how much. A couple of times here I was miscalculating how many times I was how much damage the hyper beam does, you know. It was like 4 energy tanks. 3 or 4. I'm not sure though. Couple of missed inputs too, but this is normally the point I would mess up on, you know. I didn't have any missiles or super missiles, and I just had my charge ice phaser and wave shots. When you're supposed to have plasma beam too, you know. It's the final countdown. Yeah, no. does that for every escape sequence that does this in Metroid. Yeah, no. Probably needed to do that. You kind of have to do it like whenever you see the beer lava start rising up. Pretty much. I decided to save them too. Thanks for tuning in. See you guys later.
Throw it all away. No one can break you, nobody can tear you. You live an endless life forever. Hold on to darkness, the dozens in the dusk. Throw it all away. You see a light wherever